More from the damage is still being picked up from the tornado. News 10's Isabella Quintanilla is out live in Temple with more on how the cleanup is going and what residents should do now. Isabella.
Yes, Jasmine. Wednesday's severe weather left most of Temple damaged with down power lines, caved in roofs, and just debris everywhere. And while residents, city officials, and volunteers have all made a lot of progress in the cleanup and restoration efforts, there's still a lot to be done. And now, while the city's top priority has been restoring power, and over the last few days, Oncor has been able to restore most of it. However, for those still without power, the Wilson Recreation Center is open to them. According to Megan Price with the City of Temple, they are also working on collecting any garbage and debris piled up in front of people's homes. Starting this week, D&J Enterprises will be going around the city to clean up any brush piles, which they ask be separated from construction and demolition materials. If residents have any property damage that they are unable to take care of, they can also call the Crisis Cleanup Hotline, and they will be connected with someone who can help.
It is a process. It's not going to happen overnight. So just bearing with us as we work to return back to normal and get our city cleaned up. But I think of course, if you want to volunteer, I think the best way to do that right now is reaching out to your neighborhoods, reaching out to people in your kind of area of town and seeing who needs help.
There are currently crews and volunteers all throughout the city right now working to repair the damage and clean up any debris, and they are just working as quickly as they can to get the city back to where it was before the tornado hit. Now, all other information from cleanup to safety tips can be found on the Temple Severe Weather Updates website, which will be linked under this story on our website. Reporting live in Temple, Isabella Quintanilla, KWTX News 10.
Definitely will be keeping an eye on that. Thank you, Bella. A neighborhood in Temple that was in the direct path of the EF2 tornado has been cut off from the rest of the community. The only people in and out are the people who live there. We are talking about the Westfield neighborhood that's near the Lake Point subdivision we have covered in recent days. Heather Rogers has lived in the neighborhood for years and says there are a lot of elderly people in that neighborhood who rely on people being able to come in and bring them the things they need. They recently got their electricity back, but there are still many obstacles they have to overcome.
On my little block, they've been relying on me to provide any information, and we have not had any internet service since before the tornado. So all of the social media posts from the city and everyone, we can't see. We don't know that there's food out there. We can't drive to go get it. If I drive to go get it, are they going to give me food to feed 50 houses?
Rogers says the reason the neighborhood is blocked off is to avoid looting because, as you can see in these pictures we have been showing you, much of the neighborhood is destroyed and the homes are empty.
I've just signed a disaster declaration that adds Denton, Collin, Cook, and Montague counties to the state disaster declaration. So there are now 106 Texas counties subject to a gubernatorial disaster declaration. That's more than a third of all Texas counties.
Governor Greg Abbott was in Cook County today where he signed a disaster declaration to include more Texas counties hit hard by the storms this week. He was at the scene of a truck stop that was destroyed while people were inside. We'll hear more from the governor tonight at 10. You can watch his full speech on our KWTX News 10 Facebook page.